everyone, my name is Emma, and today is day 5 of these 7 days of 7 lessons, and today we are going to talk about Fox News, fake news, what is real, what is fake, and how do we know what the difference is. When it comes to choices, when it comes to making choices with intention, we need more information in order to make choices with reason that make sense. And the only way to do that is to increase the amount of perspective that we are searching, that we are seeking, that we are engaging with. That's what we talk about here on this channel. We talk about choices and how to make a life full of intention so that we can one day see the world that we wish to live in. But let's talk about fake news. I mean Fox News. So many people will automatically tune out Fox News. They see it as conservatively biased. And at the end of the day, it is not wrong. There is a very clear bias towards the conservative side. Many presidents have decided to not have debates on the show because of this. The news is meant to be neutral. It is meant to simply present what is happening, and it is up to us to decide how to interpret that and how to take that with us into the rest of our day and into our lives. So if we're not going to tune into Fox News and there's different news channels, well, where else are we getting information from? We live in a world where almost anything that we want to know about is at our fingertips. We just need to type it into Google or YouTube, and there's somebody that has done a video on it, a documentary, written a book, and most of the times there's probably been many on all of those. And with the amount of knowledge out there, every single one provides a different perspective. A lot of them are very similar, but sometimes they are the exact opposite side. And when it comes to big topics like climate change, economics, a lot of these do have different perspectives on how they should be run, what they indicate, what they imply in human life. So how do we learn these perspectives and are able to differentiate between what is real and what is not? When it comes to perspective, we need to realize that all perspective is limited. To many, the sun sets at night and it rises in the morning, but that perspective is only true when you're on Earth. If you were outside of Earth in the solar system, you would see that the sun neither sets nor rises, and we can take that lesson with us through almost every other thing that we learn, because it's true. All perspective is limited. No perspective includes the entirety of what is happening. Most of these problems are very complex, but they are all connected. And when we learn about one thing, it is usually not a far stretch that it connects to something else. And when something does connect, we start to grow this web of what the world actually looks like. And with every new perspective added, we start to see a clearer picture of what's happening. Will we ever know the exact right thing to do, the exact thing that's happening in the world? Probably not, but that shouldn't stop us from trying to engage with these perspectives, with these different types of knowledge that exist. Almost everything that I have learned came from documentaries, books. I did learn a great deal in college, but it was that first jumping off point. It was not the end-all, the be-all of knowledge. And most of the time, I felt that they didn't go into enough detail. So I searched for the detail in my own life through seeking out this information. And only with that was I able to argue that climate change wasn't real when it came down to a debate in one of my classes. At that point in school, I was already known as a climate change activist. I was always talking about it, and the professor put me on a debate that said climate change isn't real. And because of how many perspectives I had learned about climate change, I was able to outmaneuver the people who said that climate change was real. And we ended up winning the debate, and the professor was like, "How did you do it? You're a climate change activist." And I told him the only way to really understand any side is to know the full truth of it, to know what people think about it on every angle. So that is what I encourage. Whatever it is that you're interested in, know about the different ways that different people have interacted with that topic, the different views, the different lives that people have lived under that idea, under that view of the world. And that is what we need to do. We need to continue to do that and to seek out that information. I will post that video right here that I talked about that, where I said climate change isn't real. And of course, I do believe it is real. Do I think it's a belief? No, I think that it's just very true, but that's only because I have looked through so many different things that I feel very okay with saying that. And we should never just be making blanket statements without knowing the full truth, or as much of the truth as we can. And of course, we're going to continue to learn and continue to grow But let's start off 2021 with learning perspectives in different categories. Think of a topic that you've never considered before and go watch a video on it, a 5-minute video. If we spend 5, 10, 20 minutes every day or as many times as we can, think of trying to learn a new perspective. It doesn't have to be something as drastic as environmental racism. Although I think we should all know a bit more about the world that we live in, it could be something as simple as philosophy. What other philosophies exist? You know, if you're interested or if you're part of a religion, look at a video on that. And that perspective is automatically going to be different from yours because it is somebody else's perspective. So there's so many different ways that we can do this, and I hope that in 2021 we continue to expand our perspectives to create that world that we want to live in, that is full of understanding and truth and that peace that we're all searching for. So thank you for being here. I hope you check out one of those videos, but until next time, I hope that you have an amazing day.